What up, guys? Yeah, today we've got another beer review coming at you. It is a pumpkin beer from Elysian. I hope I'm saying that right. I looked up how to say it ahead of time, and each pronunciation was different, so I just went with the one that felt most natural. But it's Elysian Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. I haven't done too many pumpkin ales this year. I did mostly the Oktoberfest, and now that we're getting into the winter stuff, so a lot of the pumpkin beers are going by the wayside. But I bought this a little earlier, and so I wanted to check it out, and we'll see how good this is. I don't believe I've ever had it before, and so we'll see. I like a good pumpkin beer when the spices are just right and it doesn't have that chemical taste to it. Like, I can get behind it, especially through Thanksgiving. I can totally get into it. But I think that's got a nice pumpkin beer look to it. I feel like if I'm pouring a pumpkin beer and that comes back to me, okay, all right. That chunky. A lot of floaters. A lot. This isn't bottle. I don't know. A lot of stuff floating around in it. Anyways, let's get in the review and get into the smell. Oh, yeah, you get that. Okay, you get the pumpkin smell. Definitely. That is... It is almost like an apple cinnamon pumpkin thing. It's like if you made like an apple cobbler or whatever. It's a pumpkin apple cobbler or something like that. That's what this smells like. I dig it. It's got a nice or pumpkin spiced aroma to it. Definitely get some of that like apple cinnamon. Yeah, pumpkin apple cinnamon. That's what I'm getting. That's all I'm getting. Very, very prominent. Smells like a pumpkin beer that, like, if you want a pumpkin beer and you want it to taste like actual pumpkin, that's what I'm getting with this. So, okay, I like that. I'm not a fan of when it tells me that it's a pumpkin beer and then you're, like, struggling to get the pumpkin. It's like, no, if it's pumpkin, give me pumpkin. Don't beat around the bush here. Give me what it says, pumpkin. Give it to me. So I like it. I like the smell. I like that it's straight to the point. Just boom. This is what it is. Okay. I like the smell. Now let's move forward, get into the taste. Okay. All right, I got that. Definitely has a bit of like a pumpkin pie taste to it. Very much like a pumpkin pie. Bit of that, definitely. You got some apple, like a red apple, nothing too sour or sweet. Definitely like a red apple. Has some cinnamon to it. I mean, it almost looks like an apple cider. Honestly, there is a touch almost of malt. I think maltiness. Yes, there's a little bit of maltiness. It really does taste like you made like an apple cobbler or whatever, and you on the top you have like that like granola-y crust on the top with like the cinnamon on it. If you took all of that and you ground it into a beer, that's what this tastes like. And you added it into like a subtly toasted malty beer. It's not like crazy malty, but I'm getting a little bit of that. And I think this kind of pumpkin-y apple cinnamon goes well with it. I'd almost say like the apple is almost more than the pumpkin. Either way, very, very pumpkin beer. I dig it. If you're looking for a beer that tastes like a pumpkin beer, that's not like ultra chemical and fake, definitely go for this. I think it's exactly what it says it is. It is a pumpkin ale. So yes, I'm going to recommend it for taste. If that's what you're looking for, absolutely. And I forget how I was saying this. Elysian. Damn, that's not how I said it originally. Whatever. It's in the title. The Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. Get it. If you're looking for a good pumpkin beer that tastes like pumpkin, absolutely get it. And you want one that's not necessarily a wheat beer. You want something that actually tastes more like a real straight ale, like with a little bit more of like that kind of fall toastedness that's nice this time of year. Absolutely go for this. So yes, I'm gonna recommend it for drinkability. Next category is not drinkability, for taste. Next category is value for price, and it was pretty fair. I think it was like $2. It not bad. It was not a bad priced beer. Normally I take note if the beer is either super duper cheap, like holy cow, or Sweet Zombie Jesus, that is real expensive, too expensive. So it wasn't any of that. So I dig the price. So I'll recommend it for price. Okay, next category is distinction. How distinct is it? And I mean, it shouldn't be a distinction, but it is, in that it tastes like it says. I've had so many pumpkin beers where it's like they're afraid to pump up the pumpkin beer. It's like, just no. Balls to the wall, man. Go big or go home. If you're making a pumpkin beer, make it taste like a pumpkin. You know? Like, I don't think it shouldn't be too difficult, but a lot of places they just kind of like they pull back too much. Nah, either do it or don't. And so because it actually tastes like it, what you're hoping it to taste like as a pumpkin beer, I'm gonna recommend it for a distinction, because so many of the pumpkin beers I have, it's like you got like, okay, there's like a dab of pumpkin, but this beer really tastes like October or Halloween to Thanksgiving, where you're getting the pumpkin pie, you're getting the last bits of the pumpkin in there, or some pumpkin bread or whatever. That's what this beer tastes like. So yes, distinction, yes. Drinkability, that's this is one where I feel like I don't know if I'd be able to get a 6-pack and I wanted 6 beers. I don't think I'd want to drink all 6 of it. I think that'd be too much pumpkin. I'd want to break it up. A couple, sure, but I think it is too. I think that's almost the nature of a good pumpkin beer. Like, you want that, but it's also like, I can't drink too many of them. It's like a good, like, any like crazy awesome dessert. You have a couple, you have some of them, you're like, oh, that's good. But then too much, it's like, that was a mistake. I feel like I do that with like the yogurt pretzels. I feel like it's a good idea when I buy it, and then halfway through, just like, oh, I can't, no more pretzels. No more yogurt pretzels. I'm trying to look at see what the alcohol content is listed. Oh man, 6.7 ABV. That is surprising. I almost have to rethink the drinkability thing. I was not expecting it to be that high. I would have guessed mid to low 5s. Like, I was not expecting almost 7% ABV. That is okay. Without considering the ABV, I would have given it a half. It's just, I think after a couple, would have been like, okay, I like it, but it's too much pumpkin. Like, I gotta hold back. With the ABV, if that's what you're going for, a high ABV, you don't taste it. You do not taste the almost 7%. Like, you're hanging out with your buddies that are drinking like Budweisers, you got 2 extra % on them, and it tastes a hell of a lot better. But I think I'm still going to go with a half, just because I still think that after like maybe 3 max, I'm going to have to switch it up. It's not quite a dessert beer with the pumpkin, but it's almost like I want that pumpkin flavor, but at the same time, I can't have a ton of them at once because of that pumpkin flavor. So like, double-edged sword kind of thing right there. But yeah, I'll give it a half. All right, last category is would I buy it again? And yes, this is one of the better pumpkin beers that I've had. It tastes like a pumpkin beer. It's not super crazy expensive. It tastes like this time of year. Excuse me. It it might be a little. It's not super sweet per se, but it does have kind of that apple crisp thing going on with it, the apple cobble, apple crisp kind of thing. And so I think because of that aspect, it is it's one of those things where you might not be able to drink all six at once, but just to have in the fridge when you feel like changing it up, absolutely. I have no problem doing this again. So I think if I'm feeling like a pumpkin beer, I'll go for this again. I definitely enjoy it. So absolutely, if you guys want a pumpkin beer that tastes like pumpkin, that doesn't go light or kind of pussyfooting around with the pumpkin, absolutely go with this. The Elysian Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. Absolutely go for this. I saw a nitrogen pumpkin beer. A different one. I'm about to try out in these next couple weeks. But all right, I'm gonna read the back of the label. We'll see if there's any new flavors. I'm like, I didn't pick up. But okay, it was Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. Our original pumpkin ale brewed with pumpkin. Got it. Roasted with raw pumpkin seeds. Okay, makes sense. And spiced in conditioning with nutmeg, clove, cinnamon, ginger, and allspice. I gotta go back and taste allspice because I'm not sure what allspice tastes like. Ginger. Oh. I guess a little ginger, maybe. I definitely got the cinnamon. And yeah, once you see nutmeg and clove, absolutely, yeah, you can taste that. Especially the clove. I almost feel like you could almost take this, remove the pumpkin, and add in just more apple, or hell, you could almost add a little bit of hopping, like a piney hoppiness to it, and keep the spice, and this would be like a perfect winter beer. Like, it's got that nice spiced profile. I do think I think it's the clove that kind of gives it. It's definitely the clove that gives it that kind of apple crisp kind of taste to it. Clove is a nice kind of a wintry end of year thing, especially like if you ever make mulled wine, you get some cinnamon and some clove, whatever, and you can get in trouble with that. But yeah, I definitely I could see all those spices, definitely. Oh, okay, and it is unfiltered and may contain sediment, thus the chunks. So keep that in mind. But anyways, yeah, I like this beer. I thought it was very well done. It is one of I haven't had a ton of pumpkin beers this year, but it is right at the top now. It is probably the best pumpkin beer that I've had in a while. So if you're feeling like a pumpkin beer, absolutely go out and check it out. I think you'll like it. But all right, that is the review of Elysian Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. What do you think? Have you guys had it before? Are you a big pumpkin fan? What do you look for in a pumpkin beer? Like, do you like the pumpkin taste, or do you like it more a little like just essence of pumpkin? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, stick with the channel. We're gonna be rolling into more of the winter beers. I haven't had too many pumpkins. I might try to pick up a couple more pumpkins too, just because. This would be a good one to end on. But we'll see what I do. I'm still finding new Oktoberfest beers, which is like, dude, you guys totally missed the boat here. Like you showed up at the dock and the boat's already in the ocean, so you screwed up with that. But I'll try to pick up a few more pumpkin beers as we're going into the holiday, the final end run of the beer cycle. So anyways, that's the whole spiel. Like, subscribe, to all the good stuff. And so for myself and Elysian Night Owl Pumpkin Ale, take it easy.